What if I told you that in 1973 General Motors built a motorhome with front-wheel drive, air suspension, and a living room lower than most sports cars of the era? No truck frame, no coach builder, just GM saying, "We can do this better." And somehow, they were right. This is the 1973 GMC 26-foot motorhome, the RV that made Detroit engineers giggle and competitors panic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Campavto. Some people in the 70s trusted politicians, some trusted disco, and some trusted a 26-foot fiberglass house powered by a 455 cubic inch V8 pulling from the front wheels. My neighbor Timmy says cars were simpler back then. Yeah, Timmy, so simple that GM built a front-wheel drive motorhome while you were still lying about the size of your... Sorry, Timmy. Again. If you love insane engineering decisions that somehow worked, smash that subscribe button for more vehicles that make modern designers nervous. The story begins in Pontiac, Michigan, where General Motors decided that motorhomes deserved the same engineering respect as cars. I believe this was pure corporate confidence, mixed with a little 1970s optimism, the kind that thought gas would be cheap forever and shag carpet was timeless. Designed under GM's truck and coach division, with Michael Ladders leading the styling direction, the GMC MotorHome debuted after Transpo 72 and exploded onto the scene in early 1973. And I think the key word here is exploded, because nobody had ever seen anything like it. Instead of sitting on a truck frame like every other RV, this thing used a purpose-built chassis with a front-mounted engine driving the front wheels through a 3-speed automatic borrowed from the Oldsmobile Toronado. Yes, the same Toronado that confused mechanics nationwide. What I liked the most was how this decision dropped the floor to about 14 inches above the pavement, that's 36 centimeters, giving the GMC motorhome a flat interior and a center of gravity lower than most of its competitors' bumpers. Production started strong. In 1973 alone, GM built 2,059 units, and 1,598 of them were the 26-foot version you see here. By the time production ended in 1978, a total of 12,921 GMC motorhomes had rolled out. Then came the oil crisis, and suddenly America remembered that we ate as drink like Timmy at a barbecue. Sorry, Timmy. Last one. Would you trust a 26-foot RV pulling from the front wheels? Yes or no? Tell me in the comments. Under the doghouse sits a 455 cubic inch Oldsmobile Rocket V8 that's 7.5 liters, producing around 230 horsepower, or about 172 kilowatts, with torque north of 500 pound-feet, roughly 680 Newton-meters. Power goes through a 3-speed turbo-hydramatic automatic to the front wheels, which still sounds illegal today. Suspension is independent at the rear with air springs and automatic leveling. Brakes are front discs and rear drums. Wheels are 16.5-inch steel units, and the body is a bonded mix of fiberglass panels and aluminum aircraft-style ribs. Inside, the 26-foot, that's 7 meters 11 centimeters, layout gives you a lounge with a dinette that converts into a bed, a sofa that can become bunks, a kitchenette with dual sinks, a Coleman range, an oven, a refrigerator freezer, and a full bathroom with shower and toilet. All of this in a motorhome that sat lower than most pickup trucks. Back in 1973, the original MSRP for this 26-foot model was about $14,569. Adjusted for inflation, that's luxury money today. This particular 1973 GMC 26 motorhome project sold at auction on 26 December 2025 for $7,000 at no reserve. And what does the new owner get? A running project reality, carburetor work, air suspension attention, aging electrical systems, and the eternal hunt for parts that GM engineers never thought would still be needed 50 years later. So this wasn't just an RV, it was GM trying to out-engineer the entire industry in one shot. And honestly, I think they succeeded, just a little too early for the world to handle. If you want to keep this rolling circus of history, horsepower, and bad financial decisions alive, become a Camp-Auto sponsor for just $1. $1, less than whatever Timmy spent on bait that never worked. See you on the next one.